Hello, Internet. It is I, the Malik Aaron, and welcome back to my 2021 box office predictions. So, after a mini hiatus, I return to talk about the little things. So, as usual, we're going to be going over the pros and cons for the little things. So, let's get to it. Pros. It's been a while since a new movie has come out in theaters. If we're talking about just movies in general, the last one to come out was The Marksman. That was 2 weeks ago. But if we're talking about major movies, we haven't seen one of those since Christmas, and that was with Wonder Woman 1984. So it's been a long time. And I feel like anyone who's really desperate for new entertainment will probably watch this, even if the movie isn't all that good. They need something, anything to watch. And I think this might do it. Maybe. I don't know. But that's what I think, at least. So, yeah, that's pro number one. Pro number two, obviously, the cast, our three leads here, Denzel Washington, Remy Malek, and Jared Leto. So, first person to talk about Denzel, because obviously he's the main star of the film, he's the main draw of the three. And Denzel, he's been around for a very long time. He's been doing this for a long time. He's built up a sizable fan base that is willing to watch pretty much any of his movies. I mean, sure, he has some duds here and there. For the most part, his track record is one of the strongest out there when it comes to actors nowadays. Because with most actors, they usually rely on a franchise like the MCU or animated movies or something like that. But when it comes to just like leading a movie without a being based off something, having a big old brand associated with it, it can be a struggle. And look what happened to Robert Downey Jr. with Doolittle last year. That's a perfect example of that. But Denzel, his track record is quite strong. Even like back, looking through this, let's see all these movies. All right, there's a long list. Bone Collector, Remember the Titans, Training Day. Everyone knows that one. That's where the King Kong don't got shit on me. That line came from. John Q, Man on Fire, Inside Man, Deja Vu, American Gangster. That's his biggest movie to date. Book of Eli, Unstoppable, Safe House, Flight, Two Guns, Equalizer, Magnificent Seven, Equalizer 2. And majority of these movies, he was able to open all by himself. Like the Equalizer movies, that was all him. That was all him. And those are two of his biggest movies. So he has fans. He has a fan base. He's one of those few actors out there who can sell movie tickets based off their name alone. I think another one is like Leonardo DiCaprio. And there's probably a couple others, but yeah, Denzel's like one of the first people that come up when you talk about box office draws. Next, we got Rami Malek. The fresh face of the group, relatively speaking. Now, everyone knows him from one movie and one movie only. Well, one main movie. And that was Bohemian Rhapsody, where he portrayed the late, great Freddie Mercury. And Bohemian Rhapsody, not only did it make over $900 million worldwide, but Rami Malek ended up getting Best Actor Oscar for his role in the movie. So he has a ton of clout right now. A lot of clout. And he's also in No Time to Die, which was supposed to come out last year. And I feel like if it did come out last year, it could have helped him, but it didn't. So I can't really comment on that. Oh, he was also in Doolittle. What do you know? What do you know? Oh, I forgot to mention that Denzel also won his Oscar from Training Day. Everyone knows that. I think he won another Oscar, but the main one I remember is Training Day. And then Jared Leto, the oddball of the group, the strange one. Oh, Suicide Squad. I don't want to remember that movie. It was terrible. His Joker was the absolute worst. But he has some credibility too. He has a bit of clout. He won an Oscar too for Dallas Buyers Club. So all three main actors, all Oscar winners, they all have credibility to their names. I remember Jared Leto from, I think the main movie I remember him from was Requiem for a Dream. That's a big one. I know him from Blade Runner 2049. I know he's in Morbius. That was supposed to come out last year. It didn't. That didn't happen, obviously. But all three actors, they all have hits to their name. They're all Oscar winners. They have fans. Like, that's definitely a plus. So, yeah, that's definitely a huge pro right there. Uh, Another pro. There won't be another movie coming out till Valentine's Day weekend, so has a no real competition for a while. Uh, Trying to think what else off the top of my head. I think that's it when it comes to pros. Cons. The reviews for this are not great. They're very, very mixed. We're talking like high 40s. And, for a movie like this, it could really hurt it because obviously this movie is aiming more towards older audiences and they're a bit more hesitant to watch certain movies, like movies that are tailor made for them. Like if they see that it's not good, then they're not going to take the chance. Like when it comes to teen movies, doesn't matter how crap the movie is, that audience will show up. Like look at the After movies. They're god awful abominations and people still showed up to watch them for some reason. Okay? But with I think really Denzel, if anything's gonna, the reviews aren't gonna save this movie. Denzel will save this movie. His star power is big enough to save this movie, despite the mixed reviews. So I think the mixed reviews could hurt it, but I don't think it'll hurt it too much. I mean, some of Denzel's movies haven't been all that great anyway. Didn't stop them from making any money. So yeah, I don't think it's really a huge con, but it's something to consider. Uh, Another con, obviously pandemic. Sure, the vaccine's out. Sure, it's people are getting it, but things have not changed in the movie world. Delays are still happening. You know, movies are theaters are still closed. There's odd attendance restrictions. All that stuff is still there, and it won't change for a very long time. So, definite automatic con right there. And now we talk about HBO Max because I have to. It would be weird not to talk about it. So, The Little Things is one of the many Warner Brothers movies to fall under the HBO Max experiment. Now, what that is for all of their 2021 movies plus Wonder Woman 1984, Warner Brothers will be releasing their movies both in theaters and on HBO Max the exact same day simultaneously. Now the thing is, these movies will be on HBO Max for 31 days. After that, they are gone. It's theatrical only after that. So, obviously, The Little Things follows uh, as a part of that experiment. And I don't know how much that will affect this movie. I mean, if you look at, so far we only have one movie to go off of, and that was Wonder Woman 1984. That's not exactly fair. I think we need more Warner Brothers movies to debut, to come out. That way we have a better understanding on how this whole thing works, how badly it's affecting it, stuff like that. But I do think because of the HBO Max thing, it might put a dent in its box office. Maybe it won't make as much as it could have. I mean, it definitely, even with the pandemic, it definitely wouldn't have made as much as it could have. But HBO Max, that makes things a whole lot more confusing. So yeah, and besides, with a movie like this, I feel like more people would just rather watch it on HBO Max than in theaters because it doesn't feel super theatrical, even with the cast. So yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to I don't know how to do predictions anymore because of all this crap going on. It's just ugh, it's so difficult. Oh, and also one thing I just wanted to say, the little things like that title, like I thought this movie would be like an inspirational drama or something, like something inspirational. I did not expect it to be like a crime murder movie at all. Like the title it feels kind of weird calling it the little things. It doesn't sound it just sounds weird. it, they should have picked a bit of a better title. Oh, I forgot to mention this movie has had a ton of advertising because obviously Warner Brothers are historically ruthless with their advertising. Just go on YouTube, click any freaking video, and you will see an ad for the little things. I guarantee it. So, yeah, that's definitely a pro. At least people know this movie's coming out in some form. So, yeah. Opening weekend. If we were in normal times, pre-COVID times, I would guess this would open between 20 and 30 million. I think it would do quite well. But because we're not in not in normal times, and this is not a normal release strategy, um, yeah, I'm gonna have to dial that prediction back a lot. I'm gonna predict $5 million opening weekend, which would be one of the biggest out of the pandemic movies. But I think this one will do better than the majority because it's more of a big deal than a lot of these other movies. A lot of these other movies are just small, mid-budget, just throwaway movies. This one feels a bit more important than some of those. So I'm gonna say 5 million opening weekend, and it'll probably make 10 to 15 million total, and then that will be it. I don't know how well it will do on HBO Max. We'll probably have to wait and see for a while. I don't think Warner Brothers are even going to say anything. If they are going to say anything, they're going to be very vague about it. But yeah, that's it for the little things. So, next prediction. It won't come out till February 12th. Sorry, there's nothing next week. So, we're on another hiatus. I feel like this is going to keep on happening throughout the rest of the year. So, after weeks, well, after a whole month of just like two movies, February 12th, we have four at the moment. Four. We have Judas and the Black Messiah, obviously being the biggest of the four, and also part of the HBO Max experiment. We have Land, What About Love, Minari, I guess. I can talk about that. February 19th, Joe Bell, that's been removed, so you can scratch that off. The Moderary, I don't know how to say that. I'm sorry. And then Tom and Jerry, also a part of the HBO Max experiment. Yeah, so those will be next. And yeah, overall that's it. That's all. Make sure to subscribe, like this video, leave a comment, turn on notifications, share the whole drill. Want to check out more videos like this? I got a playlist on the homepage with over all previous prediction videos I've done last year and like the one I did this year. That was the Marksman. But if you want to check out my past prediction videos from 2020, you can go right ahead. There's a playlist for that. I have two other playlists. The Canceled series that goes over all the movies that were supposed to come out at a certain time but didn't because of a certain virus. I remember I forgot what the January schedule looked like before all this. It's hard to remember. Uh, I know Rumble was supposed to come out this weekend. I literally just talked about Rumble yesterday. So that was supposed to come out in January, I remember. But yeah, it's it's a sad state of affairs, man. But if you want to check out all my canceled episodes, recently did one but talking about Rumble and Elvis and SpongeBob. You want to check out all previous canceled episodes, all 39 of them at the moment, go right ahead. Also got box office recaps where I go over the box office results for any particular month. Recently, I've been doing double recaps. My December January recap will come within a few days after the opening weekend of Little Things, probably a few days after that, because I need some numbers from the Little Things. That way, I can properly judge it. So, yeah, but it will come very, very shortly. I guarantee it. And yeah, that's it. That's all. I am out. Goodbye.